Hello everyone, welcome to our Women Today YouTube channel. So, in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across the world. So, today, our guest is a very famous soft skills trainer from Pune, from Indian School of Excellence, and her name is Ruchi Lahoti. So, I welcome you, Ruchi Lahoti, ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So, good morning, ma'am. So, hope you're doing good right now. So please introduce about yourself to the audience right now, ma'am.
Good morning, Krishna. Thank you very much for having me here. It's indeed a big pleasure for me to be speaking with you. Hi, everyone. Hi, all your viewers. My name is Ruchi, and I am an hospitality professional for over 18 years. I've worked with different brands like Accor, Marriott, Hyatt, Booking.com in different managerial position and leadership skills roles, such as business development, team management, strategic management. And it's been last 3 years that I done a luxury finishing school because I realized after working for many years that these young professionals need a lot of hand holding when it comes to soft skills. So we have a lot of schools for learning hard skills. Like, people become a doctor, they become an engineer, they become an architect, or they become software developers and stuff. But what is lacking, especially in today's time and age where AI is taking over a lot of these roles, is the soft skills. How do you make yourself stand apart from the rest of the crowd? How do you make yourself distinguished, amongst others? So I take care of that bit with youngsters, and we start as early as 8 years old. And we have different set of programs for different age groups and different, priorities people have. So we have several programs where we give them these soft skills and life skills to move ahead in life.
So that's a great achievements from your side, ma'am. So I have seen that you have accomplished a lot of things in your life. So basically, people who do not know about kind of soft skills, so please explain about the word soft skills, ma'am. So what do you mean actually by soft skills? So if I'm coming as a student to you in front of you and I'm asking you to teach me about soft skills, so just tell us what are the things that you will be teaching me right from the beginning to the end, ma'am.
So we take care of your overall personality and the overhauling of your complete personal development, right from your grooming, your dressing, your personal presentation, your communication, your interview skills, resume writing, confidence building skills, public speaking skills, networking skills. How you make yourself heard is the most important thing. Like I tell a lot of my young professionals, you may have a great idea, you may be very brainy, you may be really academically oriented, but if you're not able to present that idea in the most convincing manner, then what good is that idea to the investors if you don't get that funding from them? And if you're not very presentable, because come what may, we always judge a book by its cover. I know it's not right, I know it's not fair, but we do. And if you don't know the art of dressing up well, and there, disclaimer, I'm not talking about how good looking or how average looking you are. Looks have got nothing to do with how you present yourself. Your dressing can change your overall look and feel. And of course, good power dressing really oozes your confidence. So those are the finer details that we look at and we teach our students and our clients.
Of course, looks doesn't matter, but the thing that matters is the way we speak and the way we dress attracts everyone. So, also on the other side, I want to know about the etiquettes that you are teaching right now. So, tell us, ma'am, how do you actually incorporate your etiquette skills that you are teaching to your students right now in the kind of that real networking that people do in the real world, ma'am?
The most important etiquette skill that I really want everybody to really learn and practice is listening skills. There's a reason why God has given us 2 ears and one mouth, but we all love to talk. We just love to talk, and we sometimes come across as know it all because we want people to hear us. We want to hear our own self. But the fact of the matter remains, we got to learn to listen, because the more we can listen, better we can comprehend and better we can have conversations. So the most important skill that I teach my professionals and my corporates is listening skills. The other thing that I teach them is your communication, whether it's verbal or non-verbal, body language. Your client are reading your body language, your customers are reading your body language. So even if you don't speak with your mouth and you do not use the words, your eyes, your facial expressions, your hand gestures are doing the talking. And then it comes to the written communication, verbal communication. What kind of emails are we writing? Today, in today's day and age, we are so used to AI and WhatsApp and fast typing. But come to think of it, even an official WhatsApp group is still official. It's formal. So there is a particular kind of language and there is a particular kind of code of conduct and decorum that you need to follow, right? Also emails. I mean, I have seen various kind of emails coming, one liner email, no subject email, random emails. So basics that we are gradually forgetting is something that we really nail because they are still very, very important. You spoke about networking. So all the do's and don'ts, what you talk, what you don't talk, and basic things like how you give and receive a business card. All these things are being noticed and observed. So we got to know these skills.
Okay, that's okay, ma'am. So consider I'm a client, then I want to network with different persons all across the
Mhm.
world. So it's very easy to just go have some conversations, get some good networking from other gigantic figures in the world. But the thing is that if any kind of conflicts occur and if we go with kind of disagreements with the opposite person who are sitting in front of us, so how do we actually with the help of this soft skills and the etiquettes that we got trained from you will help us in negotiating this kind of disagreements and the kind of things which go out of the box, like what to say if there is some kind of conflicts occurring when we actually try to network. So how do we actually can come together with in a boundary of very respectful manner, like we don't want to go out of the box, we should maintain our etiquettes, and also at the same time our opposite client is totally in a very high anger kind of situation. So how do you actually make them cool in that kind of situations and make them agree to the kind of things which we want to share with them, ma'am?
Okay. So, like I said, we have to follow the mirroring effect and let the other person cool down. We don't have to lose our cool. Etiquette is all about being calm and composed. I'm not saying you become a yogi and go to the Himalayas. I am not saying that. All I'm saying is that let them vent out. Eventually, it's like a volcano. Eventually, they will cool down. And you try and explain your point in a very subtle manner. And at the end of the day, you can say, Sir, I think we do not agree. So let's agree to disagree because you have a right to your opinion, I have a right to my opinion. But at the same time, I want to make everybody understand, especially in the corporate business environment, not agreeing to a person's point of view does not mean that you don't like that person. It is just that scenario. It could be that you all have different point of view under a different circumstance. So we have to understand that there is nothing personal here. It's the point of view that you don't agree with, not the person that you do not like. It's a very mature thing, but the sooner you understand that, a lot of the business relationship will really become positive and they will even out. You do not dislike the person, you just do not agree with them. I
Yeah,
hope
of
that
course.
answers your question.
Yeah, I think of course every person has kind of different kind of perspective. We should kind of accept the kind of perspective in which each and every people see this world right now. The thing is that people are not able to control themselves. They always think that they are the best, they are the kind of gigantic figures, they want to kind of suppress everyone. But the thing is that in the kind of network marketing, we should always try to connect with each other. We should always keep our ego aside, and we should always try to build the relationship in whatever kind of circumstances we are actually. And also on the other side, tell us any kind of one incident in your life that the student uh, who got trained from you have actually come again to you and have made a statement like, okay ma'am, you have taught me a lot in our life and it had helped me a lot in my life, and I have actually accomplished a lot in life. So tell us any kind of interesting incidents which you think that you feel very great about yourself, about being a soft skill trainer, ma'am.
In fact, I would want to tell you two, not just one. So there was this really young boy, 17-year-old, just finished his school and trying to get into different Ivy League colleges. Brilliant boy, academically like a scholar, but he lacked confidence. He lacked the courage to speak with strangers. He lacked the courage to make his point of view or point across amongst a crowd. So I handheld him. He was with me for a training over 3 months. We spoke about, all his fears, his anxiety, and gradually with my training, he overcome and he actually shared a video with me where he's standing in one of the trade fairs on one of the stalls that his father runs as a business, and he was making conversations with the foreign clients, in flawless English, wearing a nice business suit and impeccable English, amazing confidence. He shared this video with me, and of course that really filled my heart with a lot of joy and a lot of inspiration, because I'm so glad I'm able to touch these people's life, even if it's in a small minute way. And there was another girl. So this is more like a bittersweet moment. I was doing corporate training in one of the companies, and this girl, after of course doing the training for 3 to 4 months with these professionals, she came to me and she's like, "Ma'am, I've got through a better opportunity." And she said, I followed all the instructions that you told me about dressing, about the body language, about the posture, about how to come across in an interview, about how to answer. And because of that, I got a job which is, as per, like, it's more like a promotion for her, so she was really happy. So as I said, it's bittersweet because the company I'm training, they are losing a good asset. But personally, this girl got a far better opportunity, and she couldn't thank me enough for the kind of training that she had gone through.
Yeah, that's a wonderful experience, ma'am. Of course, I can feel the kind of genuine happiness which you get with this kind of reviews from your students. And also on the other side, what are your future ventures right now, ma'am? Like, what are you planning to do in the future, like regarding your personal life and also your professional life? Where do you actually see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years in this Indian School of Excellence, being a soft skill trainer, ma'am? Do you want to do like open offices all across the world, or any kind of ventures that you wanted to tell to the people who are seeing this video right now? So, what kind of ventures you are planning in the future, ma'am?
So I do already travel quite a bit, and I want to tell your viewers that I'll be very happy to collaborate or visit. So I go to a lot of IITs pan India. I do a lot of workshops in school and colleges across Bombay, Pune, Delhi, Gurgaon, Raipur, Kanpur, Indore. So I want to just so I as of now the plan is not to get into an asset or maybe make like a building or a bigger mortar, because that would limit the number of students who come to me. That would be very restricted to a certain area. But I want to keep myself super agile, and I really travel quite a bit, and I love traveling as well. So I'm very open to traveling and to collaborate with different schools, different colleges, different institutes, because I see there's such a tremendous demand for these soft skills. The more I speak to people, the more I learn that there's such a big gap that people want to fill. So my long-term plan is to touch the lives of as many youngsters and as many professionals, and even ladies for that matter, who really want to come back into the work life, or the ladies who are looking at social etiquettes to network better and get into better social circle. I want to touch those lives at pan India or maybe at global level to ensure that everybody feels confident about themselves and practice these soft skills, because really go a long way in making meaningful relationships.
Okay, ma'am, that's a great thing from you. And also on the other side, what actually made you choose this department as your professional career, ma'am? So, do you actually think that okay, I'm well versed in speaking with others, I'm well versed in communicating with others, I'm well versed in networking with others, so why can't we try this as a professional kind of career? So, actually, what led you to choose this decision at one point in your life, ma'am?
I think it was a very organic decision. So as I said, I've worked in hotel industry, and it's one of the best industries to learn people skill, because you meet different kind of people, both internally, which are your office teams and staff, and externally, which are your guests and your clients and your visitors. So there are different types of people that you meet. And in my 18 years of experience, working with external clients, and then eventually when I took over the role of the country head for booking, I was managing teams internally. So I was doing a lot of training and a lot of development and a lot of coaching. So When I took a break, and I was re-looking at the fact that what I need to do, this came really naturally to me because long, long time ago, I think even before I joined the industry, I was asked to conduct a soft skill training. I was 19 or 20 at that time. So one of the kindergarten, school founders back in Delhi, because I used to be living in Delhi at that time, she called me for a training for all the mothers of the kindergarten kids, saying, "Would you like to conduct a training?" Basically, simple things like how to drape a sari, how to look presentable, how to do a basic grooming. I'm talking about almost 20, 25 years ago. So that point stuck with me, and it gave me a very good stipend at that time, which was really motivational. And over the period of time, I started working. I got super busy with my, professional career. But as I said, when I was looking back and looking at reinventing the wheel and maybe starting, this point stuck to me, and I realized that this is a very big gap that I can help fill up for people, and that's how the base of Indian School of Excellence was established.
Okay, that's also a wonderful experience. I'm getting a lot of experiences from you. Like I can feel the kind of things which you have actually like enjoying in the past few years now. So also on the other side, if any one wish that you wanted to fulfill being a soft skill trainer, so please tell us what kind of things will actually fulfill your soul. Like okay, I have done my best, so this is the end of my career. I mean, I don't want to say that this is the end of my career, but what is the one classified single thing which you think if you accomplish in this life will make your soul fulfilled being a soft skill trainer, man?
Oh my God, this point is so close to my heart, and I'm so glad that you asked me this point. It's chivalry. And especially this point, and I'm literally talking to all the gentlemen out there. Chivalry is never gone away. It's not a passe. Men have to be chivalrous, As I always tell, all boys are like men, but not all men become gentlemen, And there's a reason they're called gentlemen, When you act chivalrous, when you act kind and courteous, and I'm not talking about ladies being a weaker gender. They are not. Yes, we talk about women empowerment. Yes, we talk about feminism. But you know what? It is just basic courtesy, how you make the other person feel. Chivalry is all about how you make the other person feel. And if genuinely all boys, all men can make chivalry part of their life, part of their lifestyle, I'll be more than content and happy. And that's when I would say my job is done. Because ironically, even when I conduct, skills workshop, I get a lot of requests from ladies. You know what? Men need it much more than ladies because men are out there. How do you treat your fellow men? How do you treat women is really important, and people make judgments. So chivalry is one thing that I would want all men to learn and adapt.
Of course, chivalry. I understand the kind of things that you basically want to respect other people. Not only it is what to say. It is only categorized. I mean, really, I'm getting stuck with the kind of answers that you're giving to me, ma'am. So basically, you
So
have
simple
this.
things, for example,
Yeah, you have this little intention that every people should respect each other, every people should kind of understand each other. Not only that will kind of help you in the kind of network building, in the kind of marketing that you're doing in your business or any kind of work, but the very simple thing is each and every human being should try to understand each other, should try to respect each other. So that's the basic thing which will make everyone just what to say great in their kind of personal and kind of professional relationship. So that's the great thing which I can see that will make your soul fulfilled, man. Actually, that's a great
it
thing.
just makes you a better individual. When you give respect, you get respect. When you are kind, people are. It's just something that you do. For very simple example, I'll tell you. And it just works me out sometimes. Very simple example. When you are waiting, at the ground level of a building for the elevator, right? It's just common sense that when the elevator gets empty, only then you can enter, right? But then people don't want to follow that. They want to be the first. At the end of the day, if there are 10 people waiting behind you, unless all 10 of them enter the elevator, it's not going to shut and it's not going to move forward. right? So why don't you let the other person exit, and that's when you enter? Very simple thing, very very simple. Like airlines, when the aircraft lands and is parked at the bay, right?
Every
Everybody's
people
up
will take
standing.
the luggages from the, yeah, tell me, ma'am.
But you do know that they have, it's a very narrow aisle, right? They will have to go one by one and they'll have to exit seat by seat. What is the point of standing? And I understand sometimes people tell me, oh, we've been sitting for 2 hours, for example. Yes. And what would happen if you sit for extra 10 minutes? It just shows your level of patience and consideration. You've been sitting for 2 hours, sit for another 10. What
Even,
is the point of standing and queuing up in the aisle?
yeah, consider even though if there are any kind of emergency situations, the thing is that only when the passengers from the front, if they move front, they can have some gap and they can move. So what can we do? Even if we are any kind of panic situations, the only thing we should understand is only we have a space or gap, we can move forward. So we should always wait patiently, come or not may. That's the thing. So I agree with
Exactly.
the situations now. So on the other hand, with the help of this video right now, if you want to convey any message to the people who are watching this video right now, what kind of message would you like to tell to the audience? Like consider maybe it a woman or maybe it a man, maybe it a kid, or maybe anyone like elderly persons. Consider regardless of irrespective of any age, what kind of message would you like to pass to the people who are watching this video right now, ma'am?
I have just two messages. Number one, small things make a big difference. It's a small acts of courtesy, of kindness that really makes a big difference in someone's life. And number two, kindness never goes out of fashion.
Again and again and again, I'm kind of getting some good vibes from you. Like you have some good intentions. So that kind of good intentions actually make the kind of thoughts from your mind, and that kind of thoughts coming as answers from your voice. That's a great thing, man. So on the other hand, like you have been doing this kind of soft skills for long years. So actually, what kind of thing do you actually see from a lot of students that they are lacking in this kind of settings, and how do you actually try to just kind of fill the kind of lackings which you see yourself, I mean which you see in the kind of students that you're training right now, ma'am?
The number one challenge that most students face, because they all want to get into the professional world eventually, is communication. Because India is a diverse country, right? We all have our different languages, and then we are the masters. It's, at homes we speak different languages, and we have to accept the fact that to most of us, English doesn't come naturally. So we struggle there. Yes, I'm talking about there are, maybe 5-10% who speak flawless English. Like if you look at my children, the younger generation, the really tiny ones are far more well versed with English. But a lot of people in their mid 20s, 25s who are now entering the workforce, they struggle with flawless, impeccable communication in English. So that's the number one challenge that I get from a lot of people, that we want to improve our English.
Tell them that it's of course a lot of practice, but it's just not written English, it's also vocal English. And
More important than written, because you still have a lot of tools who could help you writing those beautiful emails or make your fantastic CV. But at the end of the day, when you're sitting for that interview, when you're sitting for the client meeting, when you're sitting for that negotiation, with your customer, how you speak, how you put your point across, how are you able to convince him? Do you have enough conviction in your voice? Really matters. So that's a number one challenge that I am trying to solve with these youngsters, which is of communication and communicating in English.
Okay, ma'am. So on the other hand, what could I say that you have explained a lot regarding your kind of professional kind of things you're doing right now. So tell us, ma'am, if this is kind of personal and kind of also the same time kind of professional question, which will be as a message, which will be as a guidance to every people who are kind of suffering right now. Consider if a person is going through a lot of depression in their life, and also at the same time they want to maintain the kind of professional relationship with the outer world. So they cannot show the kind of sadness, they cannot show the kind of depression that they're going through because of a lot kind of personal and professional struggles which is running in their mind. So at that time, what advice would you like to the uh, tell to the students or any kind of human beings in this world in order to maintain a perfect relationship with the opposite clients? Like, consider I am in a kind of different mode coming to an office, to a school, or to my workplace, and at that time I cannot show my anger, I cannot show my kind of frustration or sadness or depression to the people opposite right now. So at that time, how do you actually train them, how do you actually advise them in order to kind of switch to the mood to a different kind of person, so that it will help them maintain the kind of professional relationship in their life, ma'am?
So we're all humans, we are not robots, and we don't have a switch, you know. We all have the baggage of our emotional burden that sometimes we carry, and yes, things do happen in our life. But I just want to say that speak, talk it out. Have that one confidant where you can go and talk, you know, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father, whether it's your sister, whether it's your brother, whether it's your close friend. Do not keep things inside. When you talk, you're able to empty yourself. If you ever see, there's a glass which is full of water till the brim, right? When the glass is already full with the water till the brim, can you pour in more water? No, you cannot. You got to empty yourself out, right? So you have to have someone that you can talk to, because a lot of your problem will just get solved by just speaking out. You may not find a solution, and sometimes problems don't have a solution. They may just take their own turn in life. Be patient, right? Patience is one key. Nothing remains same forever. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, you evolve with time. Time changes. Be patient. Stay focused. Stay motivated. Right? You know, there's always an escapist route to quit. Quitting is easy. Continuing with all those hardships and sailing through them and coming out victorious is difficult, time consuming, but it's far more rewarding, right? So go through it, have someone that you can talk to, stay focused, stay motivated. Yes, you cannot show your emotion to the client, but that's momentarily. Your client meeting would not last for more than half an hour to maximum 45 minutes to an hour. If you can control your emotions in those 1 hour, how would you feel when you've signed that deal and you come back to office? Phenomenal. You do feel phenomenal. And for that moment, working do give you a high. It's a different kind of high that you get when you get success, right? So park your emotions on the side, go out in that meeting with all girls pairing, get that contract, get that agreement, come back, celebrate. You will forget your things. I'm not saying they're going to go away. They will not go away. But you've got happiness for that moment. Come back and deal with the situation. You have to deal with them. As I said, if you can find someone to talk to, that really works wonders. It works wonders for me.
That's a great kind of another advice from you, ma'am. So, on the other hand, being a soft skill trainer in the Indian School of Excellence in Pune, that you told you do a lot of outside work, that you visit a lot of schools, colleges outside Pune and across Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, and various cities in India. So, consider if I'm a student coming to you and I want to get trained from you, is it only that I should come and visit your Indian School of Excellence in Pune, or is it also like, okay, I can go through your online classes, that you'll come and interact with me in the online classes? Or how can a student from a far city, not from Pune, can actually connect with you, ma'am? Is it they should come only during in the offline classes, or they can also connect with the online classes, or they can connect with the kind of offline sessions which you do in every cities, ma'am?
So it's both, and it can work both ways. It depends on what your needs are. I do group sessions offline in different cities, and as I said, I do travel to IIT Kanpur, IIT Bombay, a lot of schools in Varanasi, Bangalore. So I do travel in a group for those schools and for institutes. But if you want individual training, I do a lot of online consultation. I have some youngsters from 17 to 19-year-old. I have one client based in Dubai, another client based in London, youngsters, all in the age group of around 17 to 23, 24, 25. But age is not an issue. So I have some C-suite executives, one is from Dhaka. Yes, he's from Dhaka. And I am doing online consultation for these people. We have a course customized on their needs. So we are what their needs are, what their training needs are, and what the gaps are. And then we make a course suited to their needs, and then we continue the training online. So yes, online is always an option. We can do that.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So, how do you actually kind of align with the timings that you teach with the international students that you told? You have a student from London, you have a student from Dubai. They have actually different timelines. So, do you actually try to align with their timelines, or they try to align with your Indian schedules, ma'am?
No, I try to align with their timelines because their timelines are rather important because they are the one who needing my services. So like I think I do this call at around 9 o'clock every evening, with this person who's based in UK. It's around somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. But it works both ways. Looking at the person's convenience and their availability, it's flexible at our end. And if I don't have work commitments, then those are the times that I can give to those people for online training. And once we've set the time, it remains same over a period of 3 months because that's usually the kind of time we give for these online trainings.
Great, ma'am. So, do you have any kind of different kind of structured training between the Indian and the international students, or is it like the same kind of syllabus which you are teaching between the Indian and the international students, ma'am?
Actually, all syllabuses are different as per individual needs, as I said. A 17-year-old will have very different needs. A 22-year-old will have a very different need when it comes to his career graph and his successes. A C-suite executive, who is almost 45 years of age, his needs are very different. So each and every online course for individual coaching is customized as per the person's requirement and their training and development needs. So there is no one size fit all.
So, okay, we have discussed a lot in this interview regarding etiquette and soft skills, which we should actually get trained not only for kind of professional development but also for our personal development. Of course, networking is very much needed in today's modern life in order to grow as successful in one's business and also in the kind of professional, irrespective of any professional career they're doing in their life. And also at the same time, these kind of soft skills, as you told me, that kind of one simple message, that chivalry, it's kind of very good thing which everyone should have in their life. If they have this kind of one simple thing, they can go ahead very far, very successfully in their life. So thank you very much.
As you would
Yeah. Tell me, ma'am.
Thank you. No, as you would know, there are people who follow these things and we admire them. Why do we admire them if it's not as important? But we do. I can name some famous celebrities. We admire them not just because they are good in their art, but because they are great human beings. And how do they show that they're great human beings? By demonstrating these factors of being kind, being considerate, being humble, being chivalrous, being warm. How do you treat your fellow colleague? How do you treat women around you? And those are the people we remember. So if all those things were not as important, then why do we remember them and not others?
That's once again the kind of great message from you, actually, ma'am. So I'm really glad and grateful to connect with you for the past half an hour, having a lot of good information from you, not only as a soft skill trainer, but also as a very good human being, ma'am. I'm getting a lot of kind of what to say. I'm getting good vibes from you, actually. Like every good
Thank
vibe,
you.
yeah, every good vibe which you get from the opposite person who are meeting in your life, you should always get connected with them till the end of your life, because these kind of good vibes, it's very rare in today's modern world. People always are just having a lot of negative things in their mind. They're going through a lot of struggles in their life. Even if they're successful in their life, they want to break the threshold, go upwards. They do not have any kind of limits. So at this time, one should have one good friend in their life. One should have some good trainer, some good kind of relationship in their life, which will actually try to balance the kind of things which they are doing in their life. Even if they're not having any kind of success, the kind of good relationship, it will actually make them achieve that success. That's a great thing, ma'am. So thank you once again for coming and joining with us in this Women Today YouTube channel, ma'am. So
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, and thank you for being patient. I know we had to go a bit back and forth to come across and finalize this time, but I want to thank you for your patience and for your persistence. Spread the message across. You're doing a very good job for the youth and for everybody in the country. So all the best to you and your channel. And I would just want to leave your viewers with one passing statement. Since you emphasize on network so much, please remember your network is your net worth.
Great, ma'am. So thank you once
Thank
again.
you so much.
Thank you once again for coming and accepting my offer, hosting you in this Women Today YouTube channel, ma'am. So good morning. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.